club history. Atlanta United had no lack of chances in the second half of this match, but just like last Saturday against Red Bulls, they just could not find a way to finish.
Another poor start dooms you here, and you're not getting enough in the attack until the game changes and the opponent has the lead. Atlanta United has a lot of problems they need to find a way to solve. Unfortunately, we don't know when they're going to have that deadline of when they need to solve it by anytime soon.
That's true. Season hopefully will resume at some point, but this tournament will go on for another couple of weeks. Okay, let's get started. Hot play of the match brought to you by Scana. We identified probably 6 or 7 really solid scoring opportunities for Atlanta United tonight, and Ezequiel Barco had the best one in the first half, this free kick that almost threaded the needle in the 29th minute.
Squeezed it between two and the wall, not quite enough power to beat Andrew Tarbell. It's a good save from Tarbell, no rebound. But Barco unable to find the back of the net in the first half.
Well placed, though, between the heads of Jazzy Zardes and Jonathan Mensah. That's your hot play of the match, brought to you by Scana. Unfortunately, though, as was the case all night, Atlanta United unable to find the back of the net in this 1-0 loss to Columbus Crew. Okay, man of the match, brought to you by Heineken. The spark in the second half when Atlanta United statistically outplayed Columbus was certainly John Gallagher, who came on at halftime.
Gallagher came into a weird position for him as a left center back. He defended well. He handled Luis Diaz really, really well early on, but he got forward as well. John Gallagher in his MLS debut showed that he belongs at this level. The loan to Aberdeen served him really well. His versatility was important here, and even at the very end, he was creating opportunities.
John Gallagher, who was recalled from his loan to Aberdeen, which is part of the new partnership between Atlanta United and that club, looked really, really good in his first team debut against Columbus Crew. Match recap. And, one moment of frustration coupled by all of these close chances for Atlanta United. It felt so much like the match against New York Red Bulls. Atlanta United wearing the JL armbands tonight as a tribute to the late Congressman John Lewis. Atlanta United probably had the better of the play in the first 5 or so minutes, but then a misscoring opportunity by Columbus, and it was all kind of building towards the goal in the 18th minute by Mukhtar.
Yeah, the back line was disjointed for Atlanta early on. Columbus grew into the match, and it just became too easy for them to pass in the final third for them to pass through this back line. These holes are not usually there. It takes a deflection. Brad Gazan's wrong-footed because of the deflection. The attempt came way too easily for Mukhtar.
Yeah, a little bit fluky, but goes in for Columbus. And then, here comes set pieces and Pitti creating, nearly missing the right upper 90 and then drawing fouls, which created a couple good opportunities. A yellow card there shown to Milton Valenzuela. There is the Barco free kick that came as a result of that we showed you the hot play of the match. By far Atlanta United's best scoring opportunity of the first half.
43 fouls in this match, maybe one of the largest numbers we've seen. There were lots of set-piece opportunities. It was a little bit of a struggle to find a rhythm due to all of those fouls. Mukhtar, this is where he is injured and had to leave the match, the goal scorer for the Crew. When he came down after the contact with Escobar, which there was no foul on, he ended up not able to continue because of that right foot.
And then Franco booked there in the third added minute of the first half. And now here really come the chances in the second half for Atlanta United.
George Bello open on the back post a couple of times. Emerson Heineman started to get forward more as the half went on. His scoring touch from earlier in the season has disappeared a bit. Bello was dangerous as the half went on, but it's that final pass. You see Heineman with the late run to the top of the six. The final decision was not of the quality it needed to be for Atlanta.
Columbus kind of reduced to counters in the second half. That one, Luis Diaz sending wide of the front post. And then you had Zelarayan come into the match, which is a little bit ominous. Miles Robinson gets entangled with Luis Diaz there. That produces a yellow. But here comes Atlanta United at the very end, and Pitti, boy, would that have been magical.
Pitti with a great opportunity there. Anton Walks with the best opportunity of the night. It's a big save from Tarbell. All the numbers forward for Atlanta in the second half, but unable to find the back of the net.
soccer. Sometimes it can be a frustrating sport. It's been a frustrating week for Atlanta United. You saw it right there. You saw the chances. Obviously, Atlanta United getting into some good spots in this match against Columbus, but unable to finish. Let's go back down to Orlando now. Frank DeBoer speaking to the media a moment ago. This is the post-match interview brought to you by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Well, starting first with emotion, of course, very disappointed in the result. Of course, we were depending of the result, of course, for tomorrow night. But still, you want to, if you're gonna leave, you want to leave with 3 points and with a positive vibe, towards Atlanta. Now, of course, everybody is disappointing in the result, and that's normal. If you lose 3 times with 1-0, so very disappointing for everybody who loves Atlanta United. The second thing about the game, I think if we look to the first half, we had really problems to press them. They did it tactically quite good the first half, and we were not capable as a team to make a solution in the game itself, and so I have to change that in the second half, and I think you saw a totally different Atlanta United in the second half, and I think if you see the second half, we deserved it, at least a draw, and so that's very disappointed. If you just get 1 point, then you see, okay, you can be a little bit more satisfied, of course, and also how you turned the game around. If you see this first half was very disappointing for our side. Of course, great things, great compliments for Columbus, because it's a very good team, and we were every time chasing them, and we couldn't get really pressing on them, and that's why we changed 2 guys to really get into the pressure, and I think that it resulted directly in 2 chances of George Bello. Then the middle period, it was, some chances for us, some chances for them, but it was more equal. And then I think the last 10-15 minutes was for us again, and we had some good chances. Anton 2 times, I think 2 times a fantastic save of the goalkeeper, and so I'm very disappointed in the result, but I'm very pleased how they played the second half, and how they straightened their back, and this is where we stand for, and this is what I want to see from Atlanta United, and unfortunately we couldn't make I think the deserved goal.
Well, certainly if you're Frank DeBoer, and again, the post-match interview brought to you by Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, certainly if you're Frank DeBoer, it's your job to try to find the positives right now, and I guess maintain some vibe of positivity in the dressing room. The question I think we all have right now is what's next. We're not really even clear as to when teams that have been eliminated from the tournament can resume team activities. We know it's going to be at least several weeks before the MLS season resumes, and there will be things that are going to need to be figured out. Help is on the way. Jurgen Damm is coming in next month. Frank DeBoer had mentioned last week that they may try to find a way to get Eric Lopez in on a loan from ATL UTD2. So help's on the way, but you got a lot of questions you have to answer in an indefinite period of time.
Lots of questions, and you don't know the timeline for answering them, and that's the real challenge here, because you have a lot of problems to solve. You don't know when you need to solve them by, and you don't know what tools you're going to have to solve them with, because you have a transfer window coming up after this tournament is completed, where Atlanta United could be active in the transfer window on a number of fronts, because this is going to be a window like we've never seen worldwide. You have some clubs with money to spend. You have some clubs who are going to be looking to sell. It's a really weird time in the game around the world, and Atlanta United is going to be a player in the transfer market. We've seen it every single time, but in what way this time? So we don't know by the time we get back to the field what this team is going to look like at that point.
Well, I think all we can really say is hang in there and keep the faith. Obviously, there's a long way to go in this 2020 MLS season, and Atlanta United still above the playoff line as of right now. And when the season resumes, we'll be back with you for more of the AT&T Countdown to Kickoff. So we're certainly looking forward to that. Thank you to AT&T for helping to provide you this exclusive coverage on Facebook Live. See ya, everyone.